Welcome to CRG, the market leader in contamination and infection control since 1970. At CRG, we care about your well-being. We strive for cleanliness and the very latest in equipment and facilities. But to ensure your safety, there are things you must be aware of. CRG puts safety first. When loading tubs, make sure you only load up to 3 in height of full-size tubs, or the equivalent in smaller tubs. Never leave dollies scattered around the floor. They must be returned to their designated areas. Do not tilt the dolly and load and unload boxes one at a time. When using the washer, make sure you're wearing the correct personal protective equipment: gloves, hair cover, mask and a gown. Place your gown into the washer once the machine is fully loaded. To avoid contamination, gloves must then be changed before starting the machine. It's important to know the correct safe working procedure of all equipment. When working in the LFC or bio clean rooms, clean room garments must be worn at all times. That includes undergarments, shoe covers, hair covers, and beard covers where necessary, as well as sterilised clean room overgarments. A correctly fitted mask, hair cover, overalls, shoes and sterilised gloves. No makeup is to be worn in the clean room. When unloading the washer, always make sure the machine has stopped completely. Do not overload tubs and remove the tub when the machine is empty. The same applies to the dryer. Make sure it is stopped and check that the load is sufficiently dry. Make sure you know where the emergency stop button is and how to use it before working with any piece of equipment. To avoid physical stress and/or injury, pay attention to correct posture when folding. When working with the steriliser trolley, make sure you lock it in place and close the door properly. When removing the steriliser trolley and in the ETO steriliser room, always wear the correct mask and gloves. Use a pulling motion only to ensure any fumes are moving away from you. Pushing can send fumes directly towards you. Use the pole provided to bring the tub forward. Never climb into equipment. Only trained personnel are allowed to enter confined spaces, no matter what the circumstances. Check the aeration room reading before entering to make sure the pressure is sufficiently down to enter. That means making sure the concentration is safe from carcinogens. Did the cycle end recently? In other words, less than 3 hours ago? If the answer is no, then re-aerating must be performed. Never overload tubs when sorting clean garments. If you are working with chemicals, know how to read and understand the MSDS labels and data sheets. In the case of a spillage, clear the area. If it's safe to do so, isolate the spill. In the case of minor spills, you must follow the correct procedure using the approved spill kit. Report the spill to ensure the appropriate investigation and follow-up action takes place. Major spills must be reported immediately to your supervisor or manager. With any emergency, act promptly and notify your supervisor. In the case of a fire or a bomb threat, notify your supervisor or fire warden as per your emergency evacuation training. Gas bottles should always be kept upright. When moving gas bottles, roll them vertically and always store away from direct sun and sources of ignition. Check that each bottle is in good repair and the expiry date still valid. Stored gas bottles should always be securely locked up. Always ensure tubs and dollies are stored correctly within the marked yellow lines. At CRG, we believe in safety in the workplace in all areas. But to achieve the high level of safety standards we strive for, it has to start with you. Every task you perform is supported by a safe work procedure. These are available for your reference at any time. You must read them, understand them, and know them. Know where to find the safe work procedures around your workplace, and you'll be well on the way to working safely with CRG.